Hey,
Hey,
are you out of breath?
yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
I ran the last section home. Like the last I got to like the top of my street and then ran till I got home.
Oh, you are a fast runner, my friend. I'm not.
I was on quick quick bursts. I'm a fast runner, but not for very long.
You're very much like myself then.
Yeah, so it's 28 degrees right now.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
It's not that bad here today, honestly. It's half okay. It's not
That's
bad.
Cool.
Oh, are you excited, my man?
I'm very excited.
Very excited for our second master on the show, Mr. Pilot Viking.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate the fact he's taking time out of his busy schedule. The man is constantly doing things, getting amazing shots done. I gotta ask him how he got over his fear of heights, man. I don't know how he goes up there.
Yeah,
I don't know
definitely.
how he does that.
Yeah, because he gets up in some pretty high places.
Yeah, man, he does. Like, well, where he goes, like the fact that he's like over top of some other mountains, and like, there's no way you survive that fall. If you fall, you die. It's just that simple. Like, that big square mountain that he goes and hangs out at to do his shots. That's a cool place.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could pay me to get up there though.
Yeah, I don't know if I would either.
So, but my Pokemon friends are back, Jordan.
Nice.
Via your request, last episode.
Nice.
I brought
That's
Pikachu, Growlithe, and Bulbasaur, which are the very few Pokemon names I actually remember.
He's here.
Pilot Viking is here, Mr. Espen himself. My man.
Ah.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
We
you.
can hear you.
Awesome.
We can
I
hear
just
you.
had to connect my headset. So I wasn't sure if it's gonna work.
Yep.
No worries, man. It's all good.
Loud and clear.
How you doing?
Awesome. Good. How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
I'm doing good. It's early morning. I smoked a fat joint a minute ago, and now I'm drinking. It's a good day. It's sunny. It's summertime. This is how you enjoy summer in Canada when the sun comes out for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So, yeah. How are things over there for you?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited for. I'm going for a shoot tomorrow morning with Thor and some other guys from the Bird Struggle. So that's gonna be fun.
Ooh,
very cool.
That's cool.
Are you guys heading up to that mountain that you like to go up to?
No, we're heading to. There's this Iron Age village that we made a deal with some people that runs the place, so we can go there and shoot. So we have to wake up early as hell because we got to be done by 11 a.m.
Wow.
So,
but I mean, so how long are you guys actually up there for after travel and everything?
Well, it only takes us like 30 minutes to get there. So
okay.
We shoot for. I don't know how long we're going to shoot though, because there's so many people joining.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's some guys driving from Oslo and all kinds of shit.
Oh, cool.
That's very cool. You guys do some of the coolest shots I've ever seen. Like when you're up on that mountain, or even just some of the fields you guys go to. Like it looks like you're back in the Viking Age. It seems like you have a lot of fun with these shoots that you're doing. Are you guys enjoying this? It seems like a lot of fun for you guys.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. This is like the coolest perk, I guess, of being one of the top dudes of Bird Struggle. It is a lot of fun, and I feel like this is the pro thing of the whole social media is people you meet along the road, and you just make connection like this, and
yeah, man,
and you just end up having fun along the way. I feel like that's what it's all about. So,
yeah. You seem like a good, fun-loving guy. Like you always got a smile on your face. You're always cracking jokes. Like that's one of the things I love about you, as even just somebody out in the social media world. You're very. It's easy to engage with you and have a conversation with you. You're just a normal guy.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, yo, I just got a message up on my screen here. Like the host has asked to start your video. Am I not? Do you guys not see me, or am I just?
No, your video's
Oh,
not
I
on.
see a
It just says it's just a black screen with Pilot Viking. There you are.
Oh fuck! There you go. I was like, I was like, why don't I see myself in one of all these fucking screens that's everywhere? And I'm like, shit. All right, there we are. That's dope.
Boom. There we go.
There he is. There
Nice.
he is.
Yeah.
The legend himself. Now we see him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, what I always felt like funny with social media, if it's ever gonna change me as a person.
Mm.
Like, is it ever? Because I feel that will happen with some people. Like
Totally.
at some number, I don't know if it's going to be 50,000 followers or a million. Or,
Yeah.
Now they're just that switches their whole personality into some douchebag. I don't know.
The Kim Kardashian effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the only reason I want to get 100 million followers, just to be able to be Kim Kardashian bitch.
Man, it's hilarious. Like, I remember we were watching you on your live the other day, and you were talking about that. Like, what number do people change? And I imagine it's different for everybody. I'm sure some people change it a small number, like 50,000. They probably get superpower drunk. But you're right. Like, is it 1 million? Is it 2 million? Where you feel like you own the planet and you walk around and it changes you? Totally understand that, man. Totally.
Exactly. Yeah, it's super weird. I don't feel it's ever gonna change me. For me, it's kind of weird because I live in a small place, and I don't think that many people actually know I'm this Instagram whatever. So every now and then I was in the line to take the ferry, and there were some motorcycles in front of me, and they looked around and just looked at me through the window of the car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't know like what's going on. And then this lady who doesn't speak any English at all comes over and knocks on my window, and she's like, you that guy? And she held up her phone. I'm like, yeah, that's me. And then I'm like, yeah, cool. And then she, me picture with you, and I'm like, sure. And she takes a picture through the window, and then bye. And so I was like, cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Super weird.
Yeah, what's that like getting recognized by people in public? Is that like a good feeling for you, or you're like, yeah, this is cool? Or are you worried about the day you can't go to a restaurant anymore?
I don't think that's ever gonna happen unless I become like, I don't know. I guess I have to really go to the next level. I don't think there's many people who know who I am in Norway anyway. I mean, people live so like scattered everywhere, and I think let's say I have 5,000 followers from Norway, I'm probably going to see 10 of them.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe. I don't know. So I mean, yeah, I
forget how small Norway actually is.
Yeah, I mean, you are probably more people in your building than we are in the city.
Well, where I live, I actually only have 3,000 people, and it's mainly retired women with lots of money, and their husbands have died. So there's not very many. Yeah, that's right. I got some sugar mamas that I got to go hunting this summer for, but some bat caves to clean out. But let me say, it's pretty calm and quiet out here. But yeah, like Vancouver, there's too many people there for me. It's fucking crazy. I can't be there for more than a day or I'll lose my mind.
Fair.
Yeah, that's like the one thing I'm so happy with not living in the city, especially with this COVID shit happening.
Yeah.
I didn't really notice. I mean, obviously I couldn't travel outside of Norway and I had some trips planned, but like inside here where I live, I don't notice much. I just saw some weirdos in a hazmat suit on the grocery store the first day. That was it. After that,
so life hasn't changed too much for you over there with COVID and everything. It's been pretty normal.
It's been pretty normal. It's annoying though. Like, I was supposed to be in Italy for 2 weeks. So I mean, people are dying, so I cannot really complain about not going to Italy.
Yeah, fair.
Although that does suck that you didn't get to go to Italy. Whereabouts were you gonna go?
Dude, I don't really know about these places. Obviously, the mafia place, Sicilia, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
And we're heading to a place called Pompeii or something.
Oh, yeah,
it's actually a movie. Have you seen that movie, Pompeii, where everything goes to shit because of volcano?
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I know the place.
I love the ending to that movie. It's so cringy.
I cannot remember. It's like 10 years ago since I saw it. But
It's like some very romantic scene where the volcano's exploding and the girl looks at him and he looks at her and she tries to look away. He's like, no, just look at me. Even though everything's going to shit and everybody's dying around them, he's like, these last 7 seconds are ours. And then the movie ends. It's like, all right.
I just hate it when they really fuck up like movies that could have been awesome. Like
Totally.
Yeah.
I feel like the only good movie from like ancient times or whatever is The Gladiator. All the others suck. And most of them, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Fair.
Yeah, I find like the more ancient movies, like and maybe not even ancient, just historical, like anything to do with Spartans, Vikings, medieval times. Like I'm really about that. It's those are definitely my movies. But you can see there's a few fuck ups even in those movies. They're pretty funny to watch when you find a bad one. I don't know. Mighty Python really did it home for me when they made the whole comedy out of it with the killer rabbit and the dragon. Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to ask you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I've been waiting for this Gladiator movie, only in Viking, like the whole vibe with Hans Zimmer music and all this shit.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Nobody do that shit. They just want to make Spider-Man and the Avengers. They don't want to make cool shit anymore.
Totally.
Yeah, it's funny you mention that. They do have a lot of superhero movies these days, and that's been like a heavy theme the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hoping that they go more towards like Vikings, Gladiators again? Or are you hoping it goes kind of like towards the battle stuff?
I hate the superhero shit.
Yeah.
It's like I don't like when they, I don't know, detach everything from reality.
Fair.
So like let's say Spider-Man. I usually like the first movie when you just get bit by the spider and he has some normal enemies. But when the dude fucking becomes electricity and goes through like wires and shit and shoot everything with some blue stuff.
Fair.
Damn, man.
Yeah, totally.
So accurate. That's so accurate. The electric guy was a bit intense and a little bit overdone for that movie. You're like, God damn, this guy can do everything.
Yeah, I like science fiction if they make it plausible. Kind of like Interstellar. I mean, you cannot. Yeah. I mean, obviously we don't know, but they're pushing the limits of what we know is possible. But they make it possible. It's not blue laser shit and Star Wars stuff. So
fair.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I hope there is a little bit of that Star Wars stuff going out there, even if we don't know about it. Like I remember that we've talked about aliens on this podcast a few times, and I don't know, man. I think they're here. I think they're on the planet. I don't know if they're reptilian people. I don't know if they're the dudes with the big black eyes. I wanted your opinion on this because you seem like an open-minded dude. I know you've brought this up a few times. What do you think? We got reptiles on the planet?
The whole. I don't actually think that, no, because I don't believe in stuff that cannot be. It has to be proven, but I find it. I find it very appealing, and it's almost like I want it to be true. So that makes me like. I watched. Oh shit! I watched so much shit. What is that? What is that? Bob Lazar Flying Saucer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I watched that, and he is very. It sounds very trustworthy. How he draws on a paper the engine and how the propulsion system works and all that shit, and why would the government erase his paper from school and all that shit? Why would they ever do that if he was just a maniac? And if you put that, and I saw the Joe Rogan podcast when he was on there.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah,
and you put that together with the other people who's been on Joe Rogan, who's been fighter pilots, and I've seen these things that they tracked with the thing in the pilot planes. You can track them and whatever, and they all go like the U.S. Air Force or nowhere else has these things that they're tracking. So, so I mean, I guess after seeing all that, it probably raised my level of trust in it a little bit.
Fair enough.
But I just cannot subscribe my entire brain to accepting that it's true, because at the end of the day, it's just a guy drawing on a piece of paper. It has to be demonstrated in some sense. This is why also I stopped believing in God when I was 13, right?
Fair.
I probably cannot say that because I'm gonna lose a bunch of followers. people get so offended by it. Dude, I posted. You remember from Vikings when Ragnar and King Egbert is like drunk and it's right before he dies.
Yeah.
And Ragnar says something along the lines of, I can't remember exactly what it is, but he says something. Man isn't responsible for his own destiny, not the gods, or something like that.
Yeah.
I posted that as a quote. On Instagram. Yeah, that was offensive to somebody apparently because God is real and all this shit. So it's social media is a weird place because way too many people have way too many different opinions.
Totally.
And people don't accept other opinions than their own.
Yeah, that is a weird thing about the world these days. You think people would be a little bit more open to having a discussion, even if they have a counteractive point of view. They'd be open to maybe discussing and seeing where they could get some knowledge and the other person could be enlightened. And it's a little bit odd that you can't just have a conversation without any butthurt feelings about it.
Yeah, it's super weird. But people get buttered when they have an opinion they really want to have, but it's not backed by statistics or science or demonstrable evidence. So they're just sitting there in an echo chamber that they arrived at because of a predetermined pattern of behavior, and they don't know. And then they get questions they cannot handle, and their mind just explodes.
Totally. The computer just fucking blows out the side and shit.
Yeah, right. It's like insane, man.
Yeah, man. It's funny.
If everybody was the same, the world would be boring too. I love hearing other opinions. I just wish people, I don't know, could take it.
We're more grown up about it.
Totally.
Yeah, I've had people message me ever since even joining the beard struggle, and they're like, you're not actually a Viking. I'm like, no shit. I was baptized as a Lutheran. I don't even know what the fuck that is. So, I mean, like, here we are. I'm just me, man. I'm just having a good day.
Yeah,
I love some of the things that pop up on IG, because the people, they, like you said, they like to argue about whatever the case is. What's the thing that you deal with the most on IG that people argue with you about or try and get under your skin about? Is there a common subject that gets brought up a lot?
Actually, through these few years I've been doing this, there's not been a lot of like hate.
That's good.
Some people argue against the hairstyle. I got a long comment. That was actually on TikTok.
Oh wow!
Because Vikings apparently didn't have haircuts like this, and I'm like, yeah. So, and they say like, you're not a real white Viking. They say that to me too, and I'm like, I never said I was. I'm not raiding England. I'm not looking for Athelstan in some monastery somewhere. Like, goddamn, chill. It's just people expect this to be. All we are doing is having fun. We don't actually. We're not actually running around in the forest thinking we're Vikings.
No.
I want that to be the things. But
Absolutely.
If we could get on Viking, if we could get on like The Last Kingdom, any of those shows, like I'd love that. I love Viking shit. But yeah, I don't think I'm actually like a descendant of Odin, offspring of Ragnar. I don't think I'm any of that.
That is the most fun thing about everybody is now related to Ragnar.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And Rollo. Hey, my great grand uncle, he was Rollo. And I'm like, how do you know that? I was in Oslo. When was this? Fall of 2018, because there was an extra on a show called The Foreigners.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's a Norwegian HBO show, basically about people from the past coming into these days. Like they just Vikings coming up of the ocean, and now they're all of a sudden in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, one of the other extras there, he was just like, hey, did you know I'm related to Ragnar Lothbrok? I'm like, no. How did you find out that? And he pulled us up his phone with a fucking app, and the app told him it was related to Ragnar Lothbrok. And nobody even knows who Ragnar Lothbrok is. He's like characters based upon 4 different people.
Yeah.
And I mean, sure. I mean, it's fun. People are so damn funny, and it's kind of like you don't know if you just should go like, oh shit, really, or you should go like, dude,
Yeah, no, it's amazing seeing people's brains fucking explode when you tell them that Rolo and Ragnar are about 100 years apart. They're like, what? No!
Yeah.
Oh! They get so excited, and it's like, well, of course, man. It's the History Channel. They got to make it good. They got to make a show out of it.
Yeah, I still think, like with Vikings, every time I meet somebody in Norway who's like the Vikings, the people who dress up, and everybody hates Vikings,
Huh.
because it's not authentic, and they look like one of the guys said he shut it off when he saw how Floki looked like. To me, it's like I like the characters, but I do feel they should have kept the storyline as historically correct as possible. Because that's
Fair.
like the history is already there. You don't need to alter history to make it entertaining because it is already entertaining, I guess. So I don't think Ragnar Lothbrok actually lived at the same time as King Harold either. Harold Fair, or whatever his name is. I think they also lived apart, or they, like one of them died when the other. I think so. It's like why not just like one thing I was very excited about that I was hoping they would do in the show was when they choose who's going to become king of Norway. And have you seen that episode when Harald Firehair and Bjorn are said all these bitches and they vote?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that one yet. I'm on season 5, episode 17 at this point.
I don't think Jordan's seen it, but I know what you're talking about. That's a cool ass scene. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, the thing is, in real life, there was an actual battle, like out in the fjord, not too far from here, that made King Harald the king of Norway. It wasn't like 3 guys around the table with votes. It was an actual battle. So I was like, I was like kind of hoping because there's actually a monument that to remember that battle. So it's 3 big swords in a rock in Stavanger here.
Oh, cool.
So it's we actually I really wanted to go and shoot a bear struggle commercial there, but you can't because it's trademarked. Isn't that? Don't you just gotta love art? How 3 swords are the trademark? You cannot film there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing with the Eiffel Tower.
Huh?
Really?
Yeah, you cannot like do.
You can't do a movie with the Eiffel Tower unless you get a trademark or some kind of deal with them or whatever.
Yeah, you're probably gonna pay because I think it's the lights or something. Somebody owned the rights to the lights, so if you go by night and take a photo of it, you cannot like sell it or do anything with it.
Wow, I didn't know that.
The
Eiffel Tower has their asshole in 2 knots for sure. That's not cool. Fuck, let people take pictures and do videos, you assholes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm looking it up right now.
What'd you find there, young Jordan?
Let's see here.
Are you trying to find those handsome romantic shots of the Eiffel Tower that are not allowed to be viewed anywhere else because of disclaimer rights and such?
So this is the tourism France page. So
Does it mention on there that you're not allowed to take pictures? Because that's just, I mean, that would be nice.
I just actually saw it in a newspaper. There wasn't like big ass article about it, but I guess if you pay somebody.
Yeah,
I don't doubt it. We got in trouble for talking about a UFC fight on here one time, and Jordan put a little bit of the content on here.
Yep. Yeah, on the second episode. Yeah, so it looks like. Yeah, so the various illuminations of the Eiffel Tower are protected. The use of the image of the Eiffel Tower at night is therefore subject to prior authorization and subject to payment of rights, the amount of which is to be determined by the intended use. However, professionals must contact our teams who will inform them of the conditions of use governing images.
Wow.
There you go.
All the shit you gotta know, huh?
Yeah.
All the shit you gotta know. Wow, the Eiffel Tower wants to make sure they get a cut. Well, I guess they are businessmen at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, I guess that's the problem these days is everybody wants a cut of everything all the time.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Back in the old days, like they had those really sleazy Hollywood agents, and I'm sure they still do have those really sleazy Hollywood agents. But it's really nice to see, like, as much as I hate some of these girls that you find on Tinder or whatever, and you're like, hey, I might take you out on a date. You find out she has a My OnlyFans website, and you're like, shit. But I like the fact that all these people are having like their own power, their own money, and they kind of got rid of the middleman and they're just taking control. It's kind of nice to see that going on in the world. More people have their own money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. It's super weird how the world just changed in 2012 or 13, whenever social media really started popping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Totally.
it got crazy. The world's changed to a completely different place where, I mean, now you don't have to have a job really. I mean, it is a lot of work. Like content creation's a lot of work. If you're a Twitch streamer, that's a lot of work. It's all work, but it's a lot more fun than it ever used to be. It's better than sitting in a cubicle with your thumb up your ass all day.
Yeah, shit. You can't even imagine having a job like that, actually.
Fair. Yeah, I don't know if I could do it.
No. I just want to. Technically, I wish I was just like 15 years old and made money playing Call of Duty.
Totally.
I should make money doing that shit because I smash all my like controllers. I get so pissed off when I play that game. Do you guys play? Do you play Warzone?
I played Warzone a couple times, but mostly I just play local multiplayer with my brother and like my cousin when he's here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I play Warzone, and it's brutal, man. I am not a good player, and some of the times I play that game, I don't even know how they see me. I don't know how they shoot me. I don't know how any of that shit happens, but it's a lot of fun. And when I get like an epic kill, I'm so happy. That makes my whole day. I might get one a year.
Yeah. It's a super exciting game, but I get so pissed off.
What game mode do you play in?
Warzone, I just played I like to play with friends. I like to play with friends, like in a team, because when I play solo, there's so much camping that I don't have the patience for that shit. I cannot sit in a building and looking out the window and hoping somebody fuck that. So I did I actually played a little bit earlier, and what I did, I jumped in a duo match solo just so people don't camp. And it's easier to get far, but it's harder to win because obviously you're at the end against two people
or more.
In like a small area.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, that is funny though. I would do the same thing in game matches because sometimes I'm not a fan of, I might not have any friends on, or whoever is on, they may not like playing the same game as me. So I'll jump in there as a solo like you do and just kind of see what's happening, because there's a lot of camping going on, and I get so pissed when it's just some guy sitting in a bush and he gets 7 kills and you're like, fuck! God damn you, Ryan 1991 McFuckstick.
Yeah, shit. You gotta have your mind in that game to be able to get far. It's so quick.
It makes every other game a lot slower. I find like after you play it for a while, you try and go back to another game, and you're like, "This shit's slow as fuck, man. God damn." But it's amazing. I found a video the other day of a guy that can play the game with his face. He doesn't have hands. He plays with like his nose and his chin, and he's better than probably any of us ever will be. And I was like, that right there, fucking talent. Pay that man. Yeah, I don't know what's the matter with him. He has no arms. I don't know if he has legs. He's just like.
And then he just gets like, he just
kills people. He's just a beast. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, maybe you should like try it and see what happens.
That's a good idea. I should contact him and see if I can pay him for lessons.
Yeah.
Is there a way that I can do this? Is there a way I need to move my neck that will just get me an automatic kill after like every 4 rounds of me doing this movement? That'd be great.
That'd be great. Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
That's crazy.
Hey, are you guys going to try the Assassin's Creed Valhalla game?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
100%.
Are you excited for that one?
Yeah, it looks... I've never played any Assassin's Creed.
Really?
So, yeah, after I discovered multiplayer games, I found it boring with single-player games. When you open up a big-ass map and you have to walk billions of miles to open a box with some gold in, it's like, oh.
Totally, that's fair. Yeah.
And it requires so much time to like level up and shit. But since this is Viking themed, I really have to just get it.
Definitely.
But I gotta wait for PlayStation 5 because I cannot fit anything in the PlayStation 4 after all the Call of Duty updates.
Totally.
They do take up a lot of room, but I'm looking forward to the Assassin's Creed, especially with it being Vikings. I'm kind of curious, like what kind of maybe online aspects they're going to have to it. Like, is there going to be a raid mode? Is it going to be? Like,
I think there is.
And you get to go fuck up a town or something.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. All
We
of
should
a
do
sudden,
like if they have a cool ass multiplayer, we should do like a bunch of bear struggle dudes to just all go shield
Totally.
wall in that game.
Yeah,
If they
man.
have like, that'd be sick.
We'll
It would be sick if
be
they
able
had
to
like
go
a
over
battle
there.
royale mode actually.
That would be pretty sweet. Yeah, that's the one thing I just like about Vikings in general, the whole thing. Like, there's so much history of war amongst them, war amongst the world. You could do so much with the storyline. So it's going to be
Totally.
interesting to see
Definitely.
where it goes and comes.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
I heard that Ragnar and Bjorn are going to be in the game. So that
Yeah,
would be interesting. That's what I heard. I don't know. Was that you that told me that, Jordan?
I think it was.
I think it was.
You
I think
haven't
Jordan
just
told me.
seen those photoshopped pictures on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those ones with like Ragnar's face.
Yeah, because that's just art.
Yeah.
I hope that actually
not
happens
actually-
because that would be sick.
Yeah, it would for sure.
Yeah.
I
It
think
would. I'd be
I think the
interested to see
character is
story.
based upon, or at least the voice. I think is from one of the Last Kingdom actors.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a pretty good show even in itself, the Last Kingdom. I enjoy the storyline that they go with. Every time when I first started listening to the Last Kingdom, they had that character at the beginning named Ragnar as well that was Uhtred's brother. And because I didn't know a lot of and that was pretty much my introduction to Vikings. I was
Cool.
like, I got to start looking into the history. And it was amazing how many people thought that Ragnar and Ragnar Lothbrok were the same person for like a season or two.
Yeah. I've actually just seen season 1 of Last Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a great
so,
show.
Yeah, it is for sure. It just it didn't click as quickly for me because it doesn't have those strong, cool characters. I just the main character, if you compare it to him to Ragnar or Lothbrok, it's just Ragnar. Ragnar is just he's kind of like he's so iconic. When they killed him, that felt to me like if they removed Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Totally. Yeah,
Like,
100%.
you cannot do that.
Absolutely, that's so accurate. You get rid of Jack Sparrow, and it's no longer Pirates of the Caribbean.
Totally.
Yeah.
Although I have heard that might be a possibility for the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie because there was like a whole scandal with him recently, but then like
I heard
they
that
found
too.
out that it was all fake and like his wife was like not treating him well, and then so I don't know if he's going to be in the next Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I've heard that they removed him for some reason or something, but I don't know how accurate the facts on that is. I just saw like some shit in the Norwegian newspaper that he's in the court now for he's suing some magazine or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that poor fucker's being dragged through court because of all kinds of crazy shit right now.
Yeah.
I do not want to be Johnny Depp. But I do want to be Captain Jack Sparrow. Every time I watch that movie, I started talking like a pirate. I don't know about you guys. But I
Totally.
I actually just like the first one of those. There's too much weird shit going on, but
it's too much based not on reality.
yeah.
I get it.
So, but the first one is like cool. But I mean, you even see that on the IMDb ratings. The first one is good, and then it's like 5 on all the other, isn't it? I think.
It's not great. It doesn't get much better. Like I think the first one was the best one for Pirates of the Caribbean, and like you said, the ratings kind of dropped down after that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a fun concept. I guess I just like more if it was actually real life. I remember in Vikings when Ragnar runs, he's like sees like the gates of Valhalla and shit.
Yeah.
And obviously it was just an illusion. But I remember when I saw that, I'm like, oh no, fuck! Please don't have Odin coming out of the gates and gods everywhere and shit like in the Avengers. That would suck.
God and Odin are sitting there battling it out. They're believe in me, Ragnar. Ragnar's like, holy fuck, I don't know what to do. Like 2 high school girls trying to get my attention. This is cool.
And then Jesus comes running over the lake, like, hey yo,
I think that would probably.
I rose from the dead.
If I could, I think that'd probably be my favorite like MMA fight I could put together. Would be like God versus Odin, just to see who wins. I want to see who the real God is here. I want to see who the better one is. It's gonna be dope.
Well, problem is, there's 5,000 other gods you got to put into that match.
Yeah, I guess so.
True.
So.
Who is the right one? That's the big question. I think the good thing is everybody's right, apparently.
We could make an MMA promotion out of this. God FC. And it'll just be like all the gods in a bracket, and they'll get into fights. We'll have Buddha fighting Thor, and we'll have Freya fighting goddamn Jesus. And
that would have been funny. Problem is, it's going to be a lot of pissed off people out there.
Totally.
That's okay. As you said, people are too easily pissed off and offended these days. I remember being a kid, and people used to tell me to toughen up. And I wish that I heard that more days. Like when I was a kid, I hated hearing, Scott, you got to toughen up. I hated hearing that.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I wish I heard that a little bit more.
Fair.
Because like you said, you say one thing that offends one person, and they're boo-hooing in the corner, crying themselves a bunch of tears. And you're like, I may have just tried to get my point across. Maybe I said the wrong thing, but like you certainly should not be crying in the corner. Whatever.
I got a little crybaby in my Instagram story.
Yeah.
You know those quizzes you can do in the story? You hold up the phone and you have a question here. And I'm absolutely horrible at it. I don't know shit. So one of the question was, I can't remember exactly, but what you call the guy who carries the golf clubs?
Yeah.
I
remember seeing
like
that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, a retard.
Yeah.
And apparently you cannot say retard anymore and I'm like, why not? Because it's offensive. And I'm like, to who? People with special needs, she said. And then I'm like, so you call people with special needs retarded? And then it just kept going. It's like, it's all about context of how you use a word. If I just says retard, it doesn't mean anything. It's like, I don't understand. It's I can understand, the all famous N-word. Yeah. It's not very popular to say that. But have you heard that song? I cannot sing that song without saying the word. But there's a famous song where the entire lyric of the song is just that word. Yeah. Can I sing that song if I heard it in the car driving, or can I not do that? Because it's all about context again.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like my family had a foreign exchange student from Italy living with us for the last few months. She just left recently, and she was like so dead set convinced that you couldn't say it if you were singing, like if you were using it in a song. I was like, that's dumb. Like it's you're singing the lyrics of the song. Like you're not natively attacking someone. You're just singing a song.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like I'm walking into Baltimore and screaming the word.
Totally.
Oh God.
Like, is it Die Hard where Bruce Willis has to go with a sign in the middle of Harlem or something that says "I hate N-word"?
Oh, it might have been.
Is it Die Hard or is it something else? And then and people freak out because he has to do it, or else I don't know. His wife will get killed. I don't know. There's some reason why he has to do it, but I cannot remember the movie, but I think it was Die Hard.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it.
But I mean, like, there again, it's like not like we're doing that.
Yeah,
we're just singing a song,
Yeah.
I actually have a black friend who is he hates the Black Lives Movement more than everybody. Yeah, dude. He was just like, what the fuck is a black box gonna do on Instagram?
Yeah.
He hates it. All his Facebook posts is just anti-liberal, anti-leftist, anti-Black Lives Matter. So it's very interesting to see how something like this has divided everybody.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, it like went crazy in the U.S. like a few weeks ago. Like everybody like protesting and rioting in the streets and breaking into stores. Like it got crazy.
Yeah, even here in Canada, they were trying to rip down statues, and we were protesting and stuff. We were a lot calmer about it, but still, there's even some crazy stuff that happened in Montreal there for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then that calmed right down. Did you guys see much of a movement over where you guys are over there?
It was just there were some protests in Oslo and everywhere, but it wasn't really. That was
nothing crazy.
I don't think. No.
Yeah.
No, nothing. I saw they semi-forced a Swedish police officer, like a female, to kneel it seems like she didn't really like. Have you seen that other video of that black guy chasing down a white chick and forces her to kneel and apologize for her white privilege? Have you seen that?
No,
No.
I haven't.
That's
brutal.
crazy. Holy crap.
And the most funny comment I saw ever, I saw this clip on TikTok, and she kneels and apologizes for being white. And then one of the comments in the comment section says, "These are the kind of women who becomes ISIS wives." I'm like,
Jeez.
Are we turning this podcast into the most politically incorrect thing ever? You cannot post it anywhere. It's going to be pulled down.
Oh, that's fine.
No, it's all good.
That's
We had Grizzly Adam on recently. He was just like, he was going in on like just people like complaining and like
every whiny little bitch on the planet. He hammered them. It was awesome.
like it was crazy.
Him and I were shit faced on this podcast, just talking shit for almost 3 hours. I love that dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I guess I heard Joe Rogan used to do live podcasts, but apparently cannot do that anymore because if you say one thing that's wrong, they will pull it or demonetize it. So they have to do it and then post it later, so they are able to edit out. Like if you say a man can never be a woman, now you're politically incorrect, and your entire video can get blocked. So.
That's.
I don't know. I threatened Kim Jong-un to a diaper fight about 3 times a week on this podcast, and I threatened to tackle any midget. And I threatened to tackle any midget that comes across my way just because they make me feel weird. I don't really know why.
If I was actually Kim Jong-un, I would fly out just to meet you. That would be so funny.
Yeah, I've tried to deem myself the king of Canada so far, which, it seems to work. I just take a very aggressive stance. But I mean, that's the kind of aggressive stance I will take. I will tackle a midget to claim that title. I don't know if any other Canadian brand ambassador will, but I'll do it. YOLO, son. I mean, hell, I've gotten in a cage and fought in my underwear. So.
Dude, imagine if you could do like back in the days of the Viking Age, you could just challenge the king of your country, and then if you win, just hey yo, sorry, bro, I'm the new king around here now.
Yeah, if that was the case, our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau would not last long.
No, that poor dude. He's pretty much like a walking toothpick with power. Yeah. But I mean, it is funny. Like I wish things were a little bit more like that. Like the kings would settle the problems instead of sending billions of people out to war and having them shot or whatever. I mean, I know they still sent people out to war back then.
Yeah.
But it was, if you wanted to be king, it was essential. Hey, I think I'm better than you. Maybe we can have a sword fight, an axe fight. I don't give a shit. Maybe we can just fight and see who dies, and whoever's alive at the end, like I'll take the crown and I'll just carry on the job you were doing or not doing.
Yeah.
So. It's like power before was a mix between physical and mental power or strength.
Yes.
I mean. But now it's just mental.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to be anything. You just have to be some smart little shit that managed to crawl to the top.
Totally.
Who do you
I feel like that is
the
thing that's very weird with having a police force.
Yeah.
I think like it is exceptionally important to have a lot of cops, but it is super weird that some people just ends up in a job that makes them an authority in the streets. It's kind of like, it's super weird that happens.
It is.
Totally.
And then they can pull you over and give you a ticket for driving too fast.
Yeah.
It's like, it is super weird. But I mean, what else can you do? But this is the problem also, you see. Luckily, it doesn't happen very often, but when you have these kids who's been bullied in school and turns them into like, they want to like take back on somebody, take back on society, take back, and then they become a cop, and then you see it turns them into a bad cop.
Yeah.
And the problem is it's those you see. It's easier to go viral with one bad clip than a million good. It's weird shit.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that. You're right. There's, every now and again that kid that gets picked on in school didn't have a good time. Every girl he ever asked out said no. He's, whatever the case is, he just kind of didn't have as much fun as everybody else. And then he becomes a cop, or he doesn't become a cop, and then he becomes like that shitty security guard at the mall, and he's real bitter. And people are walking by, and they're like, "Hey, Frank, how you doing?" He's just fucking angry on his little cart there. You know, I agree. It's those people that make really shitty authority figures and give them a bad name. Because you're right, they just pull somebody over, give them a ticket because they're having a bad day. Maybe their wife told them they got a small dick when they left for work that morning. But you're right. It is weird that a normal person like you, myself, Jordan, can all of a sudden go get a job, and next thing you know, we have authority over another person just like ourselves.
Yeah. Totally.
It is super weird, for sure. Talking about bad security guards. When I lived in Florida, the security guard of the gated community, goddamn, that was annoying, dude. It's like you had to show like your driver license to get in there, and if you were driving somebody else's car, he wouldn't let you in. It was like super weird. It was like, God damn, it's a gated community and I live here. It was like so like I felt like I was driving into Area 51 every time I was going home.
Gated community, I fucking live here.
So weird.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I've never been really in a gated community except for like old people and like my old drug dealer friends. Like gated communities usually scream drug dealer to me or old lady that has plenty of money because her husband's dead. So
I feel like America is all about gated communities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like
America. I mean, the whole dynamic of that country is so weird.
Totally.
Like I love America. It's kind of like no matter where I am in Norway, I feel I'm in Norway. It's the same culture no matter where you are. But in America, it's like a fucking movie set. It's like every state has their own vibe going on. But I think that is dope. I like that.
It's cool, but it's weird. It's like it's not. It seems like a whole bunch of different places and not like one country.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Yeah, it is.
Would you say it's even that way here in Canada, Jordan? Like, would you say that we're like? Because I mean, we pride ourselves on being like a diverse country according to our politicians and whatnot, but we don't have quite that kind of diversity like the states where like Nebraska is way fucking different than Washington and Denver is way different than North Dakota and all these different fucking spots in Texas.
No,
I mean, doesn't Texas have more lions than anywhere else in the world, or tigers or some shit like that? Like they have more tigers or lions. Look it up, Jordan.
What do you think I'm doing, Scott?
There you go, Jordan. I think we can thank Joe Exotic for that.
Joe Exotic. That fucking dude. Holy fuck. And all these boyfriends with their cracked teeth.
Oh, that guy, man. The
it's
fact that
so
he
cool that
became
these people
famous
exist.
I know, right?
That's like
he became famous really quick during COVID. Like everything shut down. His show came out. Everybody was like, "I fucking love this show."
Yep.
And we all knew who he was right away.
Totally.
Too bad he doesn't really get to experience the fame. Isn't he in jail?
Yeah, I think he is.
I wonder what jail's like for Joe Exotic. Like, I wonder if he runs that shit or if he's just some dude's bitch in the corner. But I don't think he's manly enough to run it. But I can't see him being the bitch either, because I mean he used to like handle tigers and shit. So he's got to be crafty. I mean he's gay, and gay dudes are crafty. So
yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
What are you finding there on tigers, Jordan?
I wish they had cameras in prisons like that, so you can see like a reality show what's happening.
Like Big Brother.
Wouldn't that be dope? Yeah, like Big Brother, like prison style, Joe Exotic. And then you put all the weirdos in like the same prison, so you have like the whole thing going.
Totally.
You got Harvey Weinstein and Joe Exotic and fucking Bill Cosby and all this.
Yeah. You think he killed himself, Epstein?
No way.
What do you think?
No, not a chance. That dude was murdered in his cage.
No,
I'm trying to figure out who killed him. I'm trying to figure out who killed him, like whether it was Trump, whether it was some other figure. I'm not sure whether it was Clinton.
So the original theory when he first died was that it was Bill and Hillary Clinton that had it arranged.
Yeah, because they got the Clinton hit list.
Yeah, but then now that the whole thing about like him and Trump being involved in that like the sex trafficking ring basically was like, so now they're thinking that it was Trump that had them that like paid for him to be killed like in prison, like hung himself.
Mm.
Yeah, because like right before it happened, like all the security cameras in that one wing of the prison just randomly went down, which is like
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cameras magically quit working, huh?
Yeah.
Weird.
and then came
That's
on and he was
surprising.
suddenly dead. Like what?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But this
Hmm.
is the problem with conspiracy theories, is that technically it could happen. I
Totally.
mean,
Mm-hmm.
they could have just gone out. I mean, it's the same thing with
They
9/11.
could.
All of
Yeah.
the shit that happened could actually happen.
Mhm.
Totally.
But there's so much that actually happened that makes it very unlikely. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
yeah, I have no clue. But I haven't
I
really
think
paid
that.
attention to how like the whole scenario around Epstein. I just heard a lot of people goes like no way. And it didn't like Epstein's cousin or brother or something pay for another autopsy to like because he didn't
I don't know.
believe.
I don't
I
know.
believe they had another independent autopsy done after, and
Yeah,
they
I think
showed.
it was a relative who paid for it.
Yeah, like they did
Just
the one that was supposed to be done by the government. Like, we want to know how this guy died, and
Yeah.
they're like,
yeah,
oh, he died of fucking whatever it was. He hung himself, and then
yeah,
somebody else did it. You're right. His cousin, his mother, somebody. They got
yeah,
it done, and it was proven that he was strangled to death or choked to death or whatever the case
yeah.
was.
And something was broken that will
Yeah,
not
there's
break
something in
if you
his
hang
neck,
yourself.
like a bone or something in
Yeah.
his neck that
Something,
was
something like
broken.
that. Yeah, so it is weird for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that is odd. That dude was definitely murdered in jail. I don't think
Yeah.
that he
Well,
hung
check
himself.
check
And
check out this article about his autopsy. So there's like burst capillaries like in his eyes after his body was found, and
yeah,
so they're saying it suggests that that he was likely murdered through manual strangulation and did not hang himself.
Mm.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, the story around that whole thing's really weird. I mean, how Prince Andrew was included in that. He was friends with Epstein,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Epstein's girlfriend recently, which wasn't really his girlfriend. It was like his "I gotta find kids to fuck" lady, and she was hiding in his house with a fucking phone wrapped in tinfoil.
Yeah.
Which is, I think that's hilarious that people think a very thin piece of aluminum metal was going to save their lives from people hacking them in 2020. That shit's adorable.
yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. That's
Totally.
cute. Those are the same people that make me think if they wrap their phone in tinfoil and microwave it, it's fully charged in 10 seconds. Dumbasses.
Although,
That
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, man. That's a
Yeah.
weird case. I find there's all kinds of weird things. 2020 is just kind of a weird year. I remember 2019 at the end, everybody was like, oh, glad to brush my hands off from that year. That was a little rougher than I would have liked it. 2020 is going to be awesome.
yeah.
3 days in.
Nope. 3 days in. 3 days in, it was dog shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's super weird how everything changed. I just hope that 2021 will like be awesome again. But it's
Totally.
hard
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
So,
Do you
Especially
think we're
because
ever
who
going to
knows?
get back to
Like,
normal?
huh?
Do you ever think we're going to get back to normal? Like just going out and about the world? Like I know here in Canada, they're not going to let us go back out into what they like to call normal life until a vaccine's made. They won't let us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and probably I have no clue. I just hope they come up with a vaccine. But
yeah.
Yeah. Same.
it's like you can't. I understand it's a hard decision. Like, what is smart to do? Shut down,
Mm-hmm.
or like Sweden, they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They was
Totally.
like, okay, let's drink and party and shit. And so now they're like all off limits for everything.
Yeah.
We can travel now to Denmark, I think, and Iceland, Faroe Islands, and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sweden is totally off, and they
Yeah.
get pissed at us because the border shops that Norwegian goes to shop, because obviously Sweden is way cheaper than Norway.
Mm.
They are now struggling because no Norwegians are not allowed to go there to shop.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Totally.
it's a weird situation for sure.
Mhm.
But they should be able to come up with a fucking vaccine,
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't they?
You'd think so. You'd think so. It doesn't sound like that complicated when you get right down to like the people that talk about, there's 23 proteins that this thing needs to be able to get from here to there. You'd think they would know how to cut those off or manipulate them or whatever it is to make it.
Yeah.
So it
Especially considering like most of the world's like leading scientists are like working on this right now. Like
Yeah.
they're not stupid people. So you think, yeah, I'm hoping that we get a vaccine sooner than later. Because like I don't want to spend a whole another year of school like totally online and like not physically seeing anyone, because the second half of like my first year of college this year was like that, like just in my house, just like on Zoom for school every day for like the first like 2 months of this pandemic.
Dude, that would be so shitty. You couldn't see all those hot chicks that you're supposed to go to college with. The hot chick in the corner that just has boyfriend problems, and you're like, I might sneak in there. What up, girl? How you doing? Hey, you having a shitty day? What up, girl?
Oh shit! Yeah, they better come up with some fucking vaccine. This is like 18 months. Is what they're predicting. At least 18 months. Or maximum 18 months. I don't know.
Yeah, they're saying in the States they're not doing any amateur sports for kids or even like college or anything like that, as far as I know, until January, which is another 7, 8, 9 months, whatever it is. And you know, it got me thinking, like, I wonder if this is almost the end of professional sports in a way. Like if things stay shut down the way they are, it's going to be really hard for like young kids to go play baseball again and start to get good and get the skills to become a professional. More so where I was like, where's that going to go?
Totally.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good question. Maybe it's just the level is gonna be bad, like lower overall.
Fair enough.
You're not gonna have the Michael Jordan anymore.
Yeah,
it's just gonna be shitty people doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, because like especially with like sports, if you're like not doing it for a while, then you try to get back into it. Like it's not easy to get good again.
No, I mean, I know if I was in professional sports, I would get fat over this last COVID, like this last little bit of COVID, and I would have gotten really good at video games.
Everybody's like doing YouTube and Twitch and shit now.
Yeah. Facts. Totally.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder why more girls aren't doing the My OnlyFans thing. Like, there's so many hot girls out there, and if they're struggling for money, just open a My OnlyFans and don't tell your family. Just
Problem is you gotta promote it through your Instagram where your family is at, probably.
Probably. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that OnlyFans shit is like, there's a lot of money in that shit, huh?
Yeah. It's, you know, even as a guy that like, I don't think I'm anything fancy to look at. I look at that and I'm like, hey, I know somebody probably thinks I'm attractive. I want money. Like, I'm down for this.
Yeah, well,
I don't care.
J-Hop posted an Instagram story like a couple days ago, and
he's my hero.
Yeah, and then like from like in one day he made like $42,000 like from his OnlyFans page, like in like one day. It's like what? It's a huge amount of money. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is. But I've never been on that app, so I don't really know how it works. You pay a subscription, and then the dude you're subscribed to gets like money or whatever.
As far as what I've seen up front, because I've never done it. I've never jumped on and been like, I'm gonna follow this bitch's every move and see what she's up to.
No.
But I've from what I see, you're supposed to punch in like your credit card information. You're supposed to pay like a monthly subscription of like whatever they want, $9, $10, $30, $25, whatever it is. And then they have, you know, 300 people that do that. You times that up 300 times 30, they make $30,000 a month or whatever it is. And you're like, my God, how in God's name do you do such a thing?
It's plus technically, I don't. Will the stuff stay on OnlyFans though? Just like hidden for only your fans?
Yeah, that is the question. Because I think officially that's what they say. I don't know for sure, but I think
because anybody can record anything these days, and all of a sudden you're on Pornhub. and then shit ain't as cool anymore.
Oh, that is so funny. There's so many people. Back in the day, I remember when Pornhub became a big thing that you could just sign up with your driver's license and start making money. People were like, this is going to solve all my problems. And then they realized like, their boss and their mom and their cousin and their dad and their brother and their sister could all watch it and find out who they were. And it's like, oh no. Oh, you're like ruined.
I just wish I could open an OnlyFans for my dog and just film my dog with my phone, and then he'd run around and people could like, oh shit, I got to pay $20 a month for this shit.
Theoretically, you could. It is
too
possible.
bad it probably won't work.
I have a feeling that Fenris could be in the top 5% of my OnlyFans for just being an adorable dog.
That'd be epic as fuck. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a beautiful dog that you got there. And he's how old is he now?
He turned 4 in April.
Cool.
Oh, he's still just a young lad. I got a 13-year-old lab. He's about to kick it. He's about to kick it here in the next little while and go off into a better place. And it's interesting, man. They're such a cool companion throughout life. Like they really add a lot to life, I find. Has life been a lot more fun since you got Fenris?
Huh?
Has life just been a lot more fun?
Yeah, it's obviously it adds work, but so you have to weigh everything up against each other and see for yourself. For me, it's been a blessing for sure, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm so glad I got him.
Such a handsome
and it's
dog.
like obviously when you get a dog, you know he will leave this place before you.
Yeah, totally.
So this is like so you have to like, you focus on the whatever years you get, you focus on that, and then you just gotta take it at the end, I guess. It's very sad. Like for me, it's horrible to see on Instagram and people, especially when they have dogs who struggle with diseases and stuff. I don't know if you guys, have you heard of Loki on Instagram?
Yeah.
I think I have.
Yeah, he's one of the big guys. And his girlfriend had a dog when they met, apparently named Bailey, I think, which got seems to have cancer of cancer sort. And it's insanely rough to just look at that from a third person perspective in Norway, and not even you've never seen the dog in real life, but you get some sort of weird connection through social media to somebody else, and so it's, and that white dog there, it's like singing his last verses, I guess. So it's like super sad when you see stuff like that, because it could easily happen to yourself, and it happened to me. I had a Bernese mountain dog, and then I moved to Florida, and I stayed there for 2.5 years. And 2 weeks before I came home, I got a phone call that he got cancer, that put him down. So it's like when you see other people, then you resemble the experience, and then it is super sad with animals. But at the same time, there's so much positive that that the negative will come someday, but the positive is so much more worth. So I'm super glad I got him. It's been a fun adventure, and it's like, and then, but the sad thing is, there's way too many people who want a dog like that just because they look cool. I get DMs of people like, where did I get him? I want the dog that looks like him, blah blah blah. And it's like, fuck, it's not a Chihuahua. You have to actually hike and walk. So I like every morning I wake up, I walk 1.5 hours with him.
Wow.
So it's like, it requires a lot of exercise. I would just say to people, if you're gonna get a dog, wake up every morning and walk 1 hour before you go to work, and see if you want to do that every day for the next 15 years. And if you do, then you're ready to get a dog.
Totally.
That's such an accurate. That's so accurate. That's exactly what you got to do. Whether it's a walk in the morning and a walk at night or whatever it is, you have to make sure that they're getting their attention that they need. Whether it's exercise, playing in the yard, you can't just have a dog and I'll see you after work and expect it to be this amazing creature that you bond with.
Totally. Sure. And it's been different for me because I've been home. I've never had like a 7 to 3 or 9 to 5 job these years I've had him. So he's always been around me his entire life. So but I'm glad he's very, what is the English word for being, like you're fine to be alone, like a loner. I don't know, like an English translating word for it, but you're,
I don't know if it would be independent or like.
Independent. I guess that's the word. Independent. He's very independent and stubborn. It's a very stubborn breed, so he can be alone for hours. there's like if I leave and come back 6, 7, 8 hours later, it's just been sleeping.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. My dog is the same way. Just spends most of his time on the couch, just sleeping all day.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad.
I wish my kid still napped like my dog does. That'd be great. I need to get some work done in the middle of the day, and that little kid, man, he'll fucking jump on my back and throw me in a triangle choke, and I'm like, the dog doesn't do this. I remember when it was just me and the dog. Oh, shit. Yeah, no, having dogs is a cool thing. I would like to get one again in the future. I'd like to give it a little bit of time, and then a couple of years down the road, maybe start again and see what kind of an adventure I can start with. There's so many cool breeds and so many different cool personalities that come from animals.
Totally.
Is there an animal besides a dog that you would ever like to own? Like, I know for me, this is a little far-fetched, but the day I own an elephant, I know I fucking made it.
An elephant?
An elephant. I know that Canada does not allow us to adopt elephants because they're a bunch of bastards, but I will move to wherever I can make a sanctuary for my elephant. I will name him Peanut, and him and my son and myself, we will all become great friends.
I don't know. To me, some animals just look cool, but they're all boring.
Totally.
Owning a snake was one of them. Holy shit. What are you going to do with a snake? He just lays there, and then two times a day or 1 time a week, whatever, you got to take a little mice and you go like this, and then it eats, and then, okay, good night. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it would be so dope to have like a big-ass actual wolf.
Yeah. You'd like to have like a big badass wolf? That'd be fucking sweet. So you had a giant wolf.
Actually, I would love to have like 2, maybe. 1 regular and 1 black.
Yeah, totally.
That'd be
I can see that.
Yeah. Technically, I mean, you could.
Mm-hmm.
You could.
Just open up a sanctuary here and have a shitload of money to feed them. But you cannot really have them off leash in the park.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. Oh, this is my little Pomeranian. Can you play with your dog? No, I can't. This is not a dog. This is a wolf. You can eat your
Can you imagine having one of those bastards? Holy fuck, that'd be so badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, God, that would be crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, as long as you got him as a puppy, it would be fairly safe, I think.
Totally. Yeah.
You would think so. I don't know though. I've heard some weird stories, and I don't know why. There's always like those weird stories every now and again where it's like he got him from a puppy and it was going good, and about 8 years in, it just fucking snapped, and you're like, oh, okay, well that's weird. What caused it to snap? And that's the one part of the stories that I've never gotten told. What did the guy do that caused the dog or the wolf to all of a sudden snap and want to kill him?
Yeah. But I mean, I feel dogs are more trustworthy than, like, let's say a tiger. Like cats, dude.
Absolutely.
They can be like just fucking turn into a demon in a second. Yeah.
Totally.
But yeah, I actually got there was a comment on Fenris's account, and they asked like, "Is that an Alaskan Malamute?" Yeah, because I was nearly killed by one of them. And then she sent me pictures, and it was horrible. She was the dog, and she said the dog was just like laying there. She had known the dog for 12 months, and then all of a sudden the dog snapped.
Wow.
So it's like hard to know like why does that happen? Is it? But I mean, there's a lot of shit you don't know. Did somebody beat the dog?
Yeah.
He getting understimulated? Is there something? Is he frustrated? There's a lot of. I see a lot of people who have fat Malamutes on social media.
Yeah, and I can only imagine how frustrating that would be for a Malamute because they're a very active dog. They're very
for sure. But they're super cool dogs. There's only one thing that is annoying, and he is super alpha towards other male dogs. So he just wants to fuck shit up if I walk past somebody else with an MLA. It's super annoying. He switches on the wolf mode instantly.
Interesting, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But it's funny, like around kids and everything, he becomes very gentle.
Totally.
So it's just that male dog thing.
Totally, 100%.
You mentioned that. I had a boss one time that had a pit bull, And this pit bull, I don't know what this dog's problem was, but if you were anybody, even the owner was on like weird ground with this dog. This dog would fucking jump at you, bite you, try and kill you. I don't know, man. I was scared of that fucking thing. But his kid, who was 4 years old, could literally come over and jump on it and play with it, and the dog wouldn't.
Yeah.
No problem. Anybody else would try and murder you.
Jeez.
It's like that's the one breed you hear a shitload of horror stories from. Is the pit bulls.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're like the super sweet dogs. So again, it's it's probably a lot of what kind of owner
totally
has to be blamed for it. It's just not people cannot handle, I don't know, the work or how strict you have to be. Like my mom, for instance, cannot. She just doesn't have it in her to be like dominant or mean, like a little bit like not mean maybe, but like angry towards Fenris.
Yeah.
If when he was a puppy, we had him out in a yard, and he would like. It would start to rain, and you look to the window, and you fucking hear the music in your ear almost with like beautiful piano music with a poor puppy in the rain. Yeah, and you just want to go out and save him from the rain and take him inside, and you just have to think that this is a fucking polar dog. He's supposed to be out there.
Totally.
So,
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. No, man. I think that'd probably be an animal I'd like to come back as. Like if you go up and I don't know what the hell happens after you die, whether St. Peter's is actually at the gate or whatever happens. But I would like to either come back as a dog or a sea turtle. That'd be where I would come back as. Dog or yeah, well, partly because, I mean, like I like smoking pot, and that stoner turtle from Nemo is pretty dope. I like him. And then there's the fact that they live to be like 150 years old. Like you could see some shit in 150 years, especially the sea turtle.
Do you comprehend what you see, or are you just floating around in the ocean? And,
I don't know. I'd probably be one of those turtles that sticks close to shore just to watch people make fools of themselves. But you're right. Like I'm not a big fan of deep oceans where all of a sudden like a megalodon can come up and eat my ass. Like I wouldn't be stoked about that. I don't know, man. Sharks.
I just, if I could come back as an animal, I just would like to come back as a dog with like the best owners ever.
Yeah.
Totally. That's cool.
Yeah, that would be sweet. Being a dog is a good life if you have good owners. If you have bad owners, that's a shitty life. That's a horrible life. It's not a lot of fun. But yeah, I would definitely like to come back.
For sure. I just saw a video from where was this in New Orleans or Florida or somewhere down there. This dude has his dog on like a thing around his neck and out in the ocean, and just forcing the dog to swim around for like 20 minutes or something. It's like you want to jump through the screen and pick him up.
Totally. Yeah. Anytime I hear about like animals being like poorly treated by their owners, I just want to like just find the owner and just kick the crap out of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, those people are pieces of shit. Somebody kicks the crap out of an animal, I may have to just end you.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you've stepped into the next level of being a useless human if you
totally
like on purpose do. But at the same time, I might be a little hypocritical considering I'm not vegan. I mean, I've had that debate, but it's like if your only goal is to torture something, it doesn't make any sense. So,
totally.
Yeah.
Then you're just a maniac.
Yeah, totally.
Just a fucking maniac. It's weird that there's people out there in the world. Like here in Canada, there's something on the news lately about a lady that stabbed her own 2 babies. Like there's a baby that was like a year old and one that was like 4 months old, and she stabbed them. And it's like, and the kids had to go in for surgery, like life-saving surgery. And you're like, you know, there's not many things like raping somebody, beating an animal, committing war crimes, gassing people. Like those are all pretty shitty. But like even that one has like a special place where you're like a new piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about the new way of society. Every now and again, you just get like this gleaming example of a piece of shit that you're like, okay, so like that didn't happen before, and now this is happening. This is weird.
Or it was happening before. There's just not the news. There wasn't the news coverage that there is now. Like everybody can be like can be a journalist, but like get their phone out and like or like post about something. Like it's just way easier to like spread the word about something now.
Yeah, for sure. Did you guys see that dude on some Air Alaska flight or something? Who said he stood up in the plane in the ascent and said that everybody has to accept Jesus as a black man, or else he will kill everybody.
Whoa!
It's like, just like a young white kid. It's like it baffles my mind that these people exist.
Yeah,
like,
totally. It's just
where the fuck do they come from? What happened? Like, I just wanna take that kid home with his mom and just ask, like, what happened?
What happened?
Totally. What do you guys do? Like, how do you fuck up a person like that? Because a lot of, I mean, obviously there's probably some genes and some shit that makes you, but most of it is just social construct and wherever you're grown up and what happens to you.
Totally.
Like, I had a long debate about this with a guy when I was on a shoot and it was raining and we inside and we basically had a podcast like this. Me and the other two videographers. We got into this, and if does everybody have it in them to kill? Like, could technically anybody kill someone? Because I don't actually know, so it isn't hypothetical, but in my mind, I can make a scenario right now that makes me want to like say, yeah, I would like to kill that dude. Like if somebody shot my dog in front of my eyes, I wouldn't just go okay, I'm gonna go and report you to the police.
No, totally.
No, I want to fuck you up. So it's like,
totally.
But I don't know when you take the step of actually like,
no, I think in theory anybody could. It's just like not everybody has the like the mindset or the will to like follow through with it. But I feel like in theory anybody's capable of that. Like just depends on your setting and like what happens to you and like
Oh yeah, I would totally have no problem drowning a motherfucker if they put their hand on my kid. I don't know what it is, man. It's weird when you have a kid. When I was 23, like, you know, you could harm my dog and like that. I really wouldn't like you, and like I'd probably fight you and really hurt you, but I wouldn't want you to die, right? Yeah. But like with a kid, like I don't know, man. Yeah, there's a real fine line, and like as soon as that line's crossed, you'll fucking run that person over with a bus and back up a million times.
I mean, you see these. I remember I saw this clip like years ago. This guy, big guy, just walks with his girlfriend down the street, and there's two guys who one of them just slaps his girlfriend.
Yeah,
and he beats him up.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying to look at him beating those dudes up. So
totally.
We all love revenge movies, like Taken, for instance. If he just went over to France and picked up his daughter and went back, obviously we want to see him fuck all those dudes up.
Totally. Well, and like that's one of the things that's like awesome about the John Wick movies. It's just like there's not a whole lot of story to it, but it's just like a good, solid, just like action movie.
Yeah. Well, the first one.
First one. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I don't think I'm very impressed when people take the moral high road anymore because it's like the cool thing to do. Like I almost want to see somebody do some gangster shit when it's called for now. I want to see somebody do like GTA when Michael rips down that dude's house because he was fucking his wife. Like that was pretty dope. I'm down for that. Down for that kind of shit. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
What a shitty thing that would be. Come home, your wife's getting fucked by the tennis instructor, and the next thing you know, you got to go rip down a house. Like, I love that game. That game's so fun.
Right.
Yeah. What a sick and twisted game it is, where they're like, hey, you want to see the most rough part of life? They're like, you can sleep with a hooker, kill her, take your money back, go buy a penthouse, go deliver drugs through a plane, espionage for the government. You can do that all in a matter of 2 hours, son.
Totally. That's so true.
Life is never going to be that much fun. But I got to say, it would probably be that much fun if you could be on like Vikings or The Last Kingdom. Are you hoping that you get a connection somehow and you get on that new Vikings Valhalla that's going to be premiered on Netflix when everything's over and done with?
That would have been sick. It's just, I have no idea how to go about it.
Yeah.
How, like, what do you do? do you need like I probably would need an agent. I'm technically not an actor, so it's like I've been looking into taking. It would be cool to take acting classes. So I searched it up and found something in Oslo. But yeah, that would have been sick.
Totally.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was an extra in a movie a few years ago. It's a really horrible movie, but there's one shot where you can like clearly see me like in the shot, which is always fun. So it made watching the shitty movie worth it. But I think for that, like somebody that my mom knew who was involved in the movie, just reached out, and then it was cool because John Rhys Davies, who plays Gimli or Salah, he was in that movie as well, so I got to meet him. So that was John Rhys Davies. You know, have you seen Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Gimli the dwarf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I
okay, cool.
Yeah, I met him a few years ago when I was in that movie. But yeah, we were like, it was just kind of a random reach out. That's how I got into it.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I initially I wanted to just be an extra on. I was an extra on something called The Norseman. That was the first time I was an extra. It's like a comedy sitcom, like a comedy Viking show.
I watch it every night when I go to bed. I fucking love the part where he cuts off that dude's hands. That is hilarious. When he cuts off, when Arvid cuts off Varg's hands, or the girl does.
Oh yeah.
And he's trying to help him put his hands back on, and he's like, Arvid. It's fucking the best scene.
Oh yeah, I forgot they actually shot that shit in English too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I remember it because I was on. You can barely see me in season 2. I think it's episode 2, and me and a friend were just sitting around the table for like 12 hours, and you can see us for 10 seconds. It's like you appreciate film a little bit more when you see how much time that goes into this small things, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it would definitely be insane. If it was possible to get on like Vikings Valhalla or something, that would be insane.
That would be
just
sick.
I don't even know. They probably don't do auditions. I saw I tried to search it up, and I saw auditions was postponed because of COVID. And maybe it would have been like I saw how Travis got his role as Ragnar. Was he just sent in a video or something that he recorded at home?
Yeah.
But I really want to see that video because I'm very curious what he did. What do you do?
Did he just do it in his living room? Did he just do it in his bathroom? Where did he do it? What did he do?
Yeah, something like that, I guess.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That would be interesting. I've always kind of wondered how they did it because any kind of TV experience I have is usually involved me being on TV getting punched in the face. So it's not really much of a movie. It's more of a 15 minutes of craziness.
Mm-hmm.
But it is cool. Like I had no idea that you were actually on The Norseman. I've been watching that show for probably the last month and a half, solid. Like every night when I go to bed, I've gone through the whole thing probably 4 or 5 times now, and it gets funnier every time I go through it. Every time I go through it, I love it.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's a fun show. I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh, fair enough. I hear that they just finished doing like season 4 is coming out now.
Oh, okay.
They're still going. They're still strong.
How many seasons is there actually on Netflix?
3.
Okay.
3, I believe. So it's a lot of fun to see kind of how the whole thing transpires, what happens, who does backstabbing here, backstabbing there. But I love the whole comedy aspect of that show. It's just people think it's a serious show, and it's not. Some people they can't tell the difference between like actual comedy and the serious part of Vikings, and it's very funny to see the difference.
Yeah. That's funny shit. I've only seen season 1 and 2, so I haven't seen 3. Maybe I should just to keep up with it.
Fair enough. Would you ever go back to Northman, or would you ever, try and jump on one of these other shows? Are you strictly wanting to do like Viking stuff, or are you also interested in possibly trying like getting into a movie one day if you are interested in doing movies and such?
Yeah, like anything would have been cool, but it seems exceptionally fun to be on a Viking show.
Totally
dope.
Like something like with that vibe.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, it would have been awesome if it was possible. I just wish I knew how to go about it, like how at least like go to where I would have to like show that I fit for a role, like an audition or send in a video. I guess I mean anything is possible through social media, but like
True.
I don't know how much is possible. Like there's a lot of personalities out there, and I guess if you show up on on an audition, there's going to be 200 people who looks exactly like me. So
Well, I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea on how we can get this done.
okay.
I think there's about 9,000 other Vikings that I'm aware of that we deal with on a fairly day-to-day basis. I'm sure we could I'm sure we could all help you out here and blow up their either Instagram, Facebook page, whatever it is. Pictures and videos of Pilot Viking just all the way down their page. Like, we have no other choice. We can't even see anybody else's work except for this guy. He obviously has to be him.
Exactly. That'd be sick as fuck.
Oh shit!
For sure. And then I wish it was possible to promote the post just for the casting agent. So just the casting agent saw like a promotion of me constantly on his Instagram feed. That would be fun. Hire me.
Oh shit, man.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, man. No, there's a lot of shows out there that are a lot of fun.
Yeah. It seems like they had a lot of fun when they shot Vikings. It just obviously it seems like you got to deal with a lot of rough shit. Like Alexander Ludwig said that he was just in shock when he was in what the fuck's that movie called with Will Smith? Bad Boys.
Right. Yeah,
he said like
right.
Yeah. And he said like how different it was to be on that set compared to on Vikings, where you're in shitty weather all the time. You're cold, you're warm, you're cold, you're like and then you're all of a sudden in Miami. And
totally.
You have a trailer with your name on. So probably different.
That's hilarious. How did you two end up meeting? You and essentially Bjorn, for people who don't know that's actually his real name, Alexander.
Yeah. That was a year ago in March. That floating company, the Send from Odin, I did a shoot in Senja in Lofoten here in Norway, and he just asked me like, "Hey, you want to come on a shoot?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And he said, "Alex is coming," and I'm like, "Alex? Who the fuck is Alex?" And he said, "Alexander Ludwig," and I'm like, "What the fuck is that dude coming to Norway?" Oh yeah, I'm definitely in. So yeah, that was he was a cool dude. It was a fun week for sure. These pictures is taken in Lofoten Museum or whatever the hell it's called, the museum in Lofoten. And
Lofoten, Norway.
Yeah, it's a really cool place. By the way, we have no clue how that game works. I was like, right before this, or right after we took this picture, I just looked at him and asked, like, "So this is how it is to be an actor?" And pretty much. Fun as shit.
Yeah. It says in the caption, "P.S. We had zero clue how this game works."
Yeah,
that's funny.
That was funny shit.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite photos that I think I've seen you put up. I mean, you put up epic stuff all the time, but that's a cool thing getting to meet somebody like him who had such a major role in the show.
Totally.
Has quite an impact now and has quite a name for himself. That must have been a lot of fun getting to know him on a personal level.
Yeah, it was super fun. And it's like people ask me later, like how was he? And I'm like, how was he? What do you mean? Hollywood actors are usually weird, and I'm like, I've never actually met a Hollywood actor before, so I don't know. And to me, he was just a normal dude. So
wow,
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was super fun week.
Yeah,
that looks like a lot of fun. He seems like a really cool, down to earth guy. He seems like a good person, and just I never hear a bad word said about that guy. So it's always fun to see him where he is. I remember the first time I ever found him was in the Hunger Games. I think it was.
Yeah.
He plays the bad guy at the end when he's trying to kill the girl and the guy.
Yeah.
And and then he gets eaten by the mutated wolves. That was pretty intense.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking intense, man.
I remember when I saw Vikings and when Ragnar meets Bjorn for the first time after he went away, I was
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen that dude before, but I didn't really like remember where. But
Yeah, totally.
yeah, it was fun
That
for
is
sure.
That's cool.
that is super cool. So I was curious with your Instagram and everything. I mean, you're getting pretty popular now. You're getting up there in numbers, everything like that. Are you hoping that this transforms into something? Like, do you have an end goal that you're hoping that this transforms into something that you already have in mind?
I don't really have an end goal. I just like to, it's fun to see it grow.
Yeah.
It's weird when people say, I don't care about likes, I don't care about followers. It's weird because everybody do.
Totally.
It's
a
like,
lie.
it is a lie. When somebody say they don't care, it's bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
fuck. Even my mom goes, I hate these people who follow me, and then they just unfollow me because they want me to follow them. Like, why do you care? But I mean, it's something weird when you put it on a picture. A like kind of like resembles what people think of it, or
Yeah.
but for me, Instagram is super frustrating
Totally.
What's
because
frustrating about it?
it should be an app that wants to help influencers, but it
Yep.
seems to me that they're working against them. They
Mm.
shadow ban left and right,
Yep.
and I don't know why. Like, of the 5 recent posts I put out, has been blocked from hashtags, which is like,
Huh.
it's kind of weird for me to like complain about this to other people because they're like, it's just hashtag. But it is annoying when you
No.
take a picture and you want people. If I didn't want people to see it, I just print it and put it over my bed. Like,
Totally.
obviously, you want people, like, you want to inspire people, other people with dogs, to walk dogs. You want to inspire people to start with photography. Because for me, I had zero knowledge about photography when I started. I just bought a GoPro camera and just clicked the button and took photos and bullshit.
Yeah.
And then it just eventually I was like, okay, now I really got to learn this shit. So I borrowed my sister's Canon camera and just started with there.
Cool.
And then I was like, I took all the pictures in auto, and I didn't understand anything about like about the settings. I remember a morning I was driving past the fjord here where I live, and I wanted to take a sunrise shot, and I took the camera up and just clicked, and I didn't understand why the picture was blurry. And it was like everything, but it's obviously because the camera is in auto and the shutter speed is too quick. So when I shake my hands, everything gets blurry.
Yep.
I didn't know that. I didn't know what the fuck shutter speed was. So
Fair.
then I was like, okay, I got to take this camera on manual and I got to watch some videos on YouTube. And
Totally.
But I feel like my knowledge of photography has kind of like plateaued the past like year. It's like I edit my style and take the pictures, and since 2018, it's kind of gone over to me being in the picture and having photographers maybe take pictures. But it's nice to have a little bit of knowledge myself, so I can go out and shoot pictures of myself with all these clothes, and because I get some. Obviously, it's become a job. So yeah, it is very fun with photography, but it's also fun to be in front of the camera, like with the Bear Struggle commercials. So it's like, it's the whole variety that makes it fun.
Totally.
So the next thing I want to do now is try YouTube, and because here everybody just see a picture, they don't really see what is happening, they don't see the adventure, they don't see anything, rather than just seeing when I post a picture of a little Norwegian village with some grass on the roof, they just see like a cozy place. They don't know the story behind it. Maybe sometimes I post a little text that explains the place, maybe. But that's it. So I would love to make like some sort of vlogs or something.
Totally. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I got a little camera that that I'm gonna start using for that. So that's gonna be interesting. I'm going on a little trip on Tuesday next week.
Cool.
Up to I actually just Googled the place and I found this little like it's probably not called a village, but it's just like 10 houses, all like small with grass on the roof, and it's probably from the 1800s or some shit. So it would be cool to like film that, explain like who lived here, what's the place.
Yeah,
and
man.
see if anybody finds it interesting, and then maybe do some behind the scenes shit from when we shoot the beard struggle, like all kinds of weird stuff would have been
Yeah,
fun.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
just wish
YouTube.
YouTube was as easy as TikTok. That's one thing I should have said in the live on the beard struggle. Like a tip, even though TikTok is it's a weird app. It's
Totally.
stupid dances, and
It's
you might
fucking
think it's for
weird.
kids. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But it's super easy to get views and to get
Mhm.
followers.
Yeah, totally.
I was like, I started, checked it out, posted some crap, and then I was like, ugh, and then I didn't post it in many months, and then I just put out something, and then eventually one video went viral, and the video is just me and friends walking out of a little cabin thing, Viking cabin,
Yeah.
and I got 20,000 followers in 2 days.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then I grew and grew, and now I'm at 112,000 followers or something in just like a couple of months. So hopefully I can transfer these people up to YouTube.
Totally.
Yeah, man. It's a weird thing, TikTok. My niece has it down. Like, she knows how to get like 1 million people, 500,000 people. She knows how to do that. It's pretty common. Her and her friends know how to do that shit.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's the weirdest things that get interest on that. It can be, you know, like as far as I've seen on there, it's a bunch of really, really single moms that like to drink wine. That's what I see on TikTok, is a bunch of single moms that love to drink wine. And they're just like,
Dude,
thank God
the
my
shit I
kids are
see
gone.
the shit I see in my For You page is like, I scroll down and it's a mix of very diverse shit. The first thing is very cool clips from Call of Duty, like weird,
Oh,
like
cool. Yeah.
crazy shit from
Interesting.
Warzone. Okay, cool. Look at that. Scroll down, super hot chick dancing. Like,
Nice.
Jesus fucking
Totally.
Christ. And then I go through it and there's like more hot chicks. And then there's something called the Jesus influencers we have here in Norway.
Oh,
I just wish I could like teach you guys Norwegian just so you could see this shit.
Yeah.
It's the most, it's so cringy. You want to take your eye, like you just want to tear
rip
out
your
your
fucking
eye.
eye out.
Dude, it's fucking insane. And they're getting a lot of exposure too.
Mhm.
Which is crazy. And the
Totally.
funny thing is, they're all gay, which is fine. But they all think they have like managed to escape being gay by God or whatever. Like,
Okay. Okay.
and they're all over my For You page. It's insane.
That's crazy.
But that's because I watch it because I think it's entertaining as fuck. So maybe the algorithm, like
Yeah.
that's why they keep showing me these influencer Jesus guys.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, I think that's one thing that I enjoy about social media the most, though, is the amount of shit storms that are found nowadays. Like when I was a kid, there was no cell phones. My whole teenage years, they were just coming out, and if there was a video of somebody doing something shitty, it was super blurry, and you could barely tell what they were doing. Now we got it in 4K. We can see all your fuck ups in 4K.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah, you cannot. But I guess it comes with a lot of issues too for kids. Like
Mhm.
back in the
Yeah.
days, at least if you got bullied at school, you could at least fucking escape. But now
For a
it
few
follows
hours,
you
go
with your
home.
phone. So
Yeah.
I mean, it is it's very weird how mean people are too. There's obviously
Totally.
also on TikTok there's some people with, as we talked about in this beginning of this podcast, people with special needs,
Mhm.
because there's a lot of people who picks up TikTok,
Mhm.
and I mean they're only having fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's nothing bad with somebody with some sort of disorder having fun,
Mhm.
and
Totally.
it amazes me how like what people can say even as kids. It's
Mhm. Yeah. Totally.
it's super weird. I actually commented something positive to these two Norwegian guys. I don't know. They're not stupid. I mean, they're kind of weird. I don't know what's.
They got a little bit of something going on.
Yeah, a little bit of something going on. And then I just come, hey, cool haircut.
Yeah.
And then
nice
some
compliment.
something like that. And then some other kid said, "Shut the fuck up," in
Ooh.
a reply to my comment, as if like,
Yeah.
oh my God. When I see comments like that, I usually just reply with a heart. But it's super weird. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's funny you mention that. A girl that I used to go to high school with got a little bit of fame. Like she used to be kind of ugly, and now she was the ugly duckling growing up, and now she's not the ugly duckling. People are like, "Oh goddamn, give me a piece of that." And he posted a picture a little while ago, and I was like, "Oh, you look beautiful." Like just a simple, "You look beautiful," whatever. And I carry on, but I received, I think, 3 or 4 death threats through my IG account, where I'm like, "Whoa." I don't
Jeez.
know what happened here, but they're like, "You step the fuck off, I'm gonna beat you to death with a crowbar." I'm like, "Whoa, why are you saying what? I don't even know who you are." Like, if you're gonna beat me to death with a crowbar, I'd hate to see what you do to the guy that cuts you off on the way to me.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. Jeez.
Yeah, man.
Fucked up.
I don't know. People here in Canada, they get real weird sometimes. They get really aggressive real quick. I don't know. Yeah, I find that we're real nice people here, but there's always like that one oddball that gets really aggressive really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple firecrackers here in Canada.
I remember the first impression I got from Canada ever was when I was in high school, like early high school, when Bowling from Columbine came out. And what is that dude's name? Michael Moore?
Michael Moore, I think. Jordan, what is it?
It's a movie?
Bowling from Columbine is a documentary about a school shooting and the American Rifle Association. Yeah. And he goes up to Canada and just checks everybody's houses, and nobody locks their doors. And he's just I'm just checking to see, because in America everybody locks the doors, obviously, but in Canada they don't give a shit, because it's just a peaceful, nice country. I was like, okay, so that's Canada, and they're just up north from the States, and it's so different.
Yeah, we're very different than the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I live, nobody locks their door. Like, it's weird, because I don't get it. Like, and even where I live, the 3,000 people, a bunch of old people, like, I think there's been 2 or 3 murders here over the last 2, maybe 3 years. So you should kind of maybe, like, lock your door at night.
Yeah.
But people are still like, "No, I know my neighbor and his kids and my next door neighbor across the road. Everything's fine."
Nope.
I'm like, "You gullible motherfuckers. It's 2020. Lock your doors when you go to sleep."
Exactly. Totally.
Yeah. I grew up never locking. We never locked our house, but besides when we went to sleep, that's when we locked it. But now we lock it, but that's because fenders might open the door from inside and run off.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
It happened this winter. Was it this winter? I was playing PlayStation in the middle of the day, and I had the PlayStation in the living room. And I just sat there and playing, and it's like, God damn, it's starting to get cold here. What the fuck is going on? And then I look in the hallway, and the fucking door is open, and fenders has gone out. I'm like, pulling up the headset, like, oh shit! And I gotta go and get him.
That's crazy.
After that, I always gotta lock the door.
Yeah, totally.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my kid, he recently learned that he has free reign now, and he can open the door. So now if I go outside to go smoke a joint or something, because it's in the middle of the day, and I'm like, I'm going to take a break from creating for a bit, my kid will just walk out the door and go for a walk around the house, take a look at the flowers. He forgets he's even looking for me. I'm like, "What are you doing in the front yard?" He's like, "I'm looking at snails." Cool, whatever.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
Is weed legal in Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I can drive down the road and go buy it. It's great. It's weird, because a few years ago it was not. Like 3 years ago, if I had an ounce of weed and I got pulled over by the cops, they were impounding my car, I'd probably get, probation for a year and like all kinds of stuff. If I'd had any form of a record, they probably would have given me a little bit of jail time.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, they don't give a shit, man. They don't care about anything about pot. It's all good.
Yep.
It's actually, it was explained to me that cops here are trained to almost expect people to be under the influence when they're driving, because some people are either on opioids because they need them, people smoke pot, people like to drink, like whatever it is. So they're almost taught that people are most likely under the influence. So they don't really look anymore, because everybody's still really safe, even with all this stuff being well known.
But are you allowed to smoke and drive?
You're not supposed to, but 99% of the population does.
But like, if you get pulled over being and you have had a drink, here in Norway the limit is like 0.2.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, drinking they're more strict on.
Yeah.
Pot. Like, I remember being pulled over when I was a teenager, and it was still like not cool. Like, you should not be smoking pot while driving. And I had a joint in each finger. I had 3 going, and I'm as I'm driving, and I got pulled over by the cops, and I was like, fuck, I'm going to jail. And I rolled down my window, and smoke is just going out the window, and she comes up to me, and she's just like, really? And I look at her, and I just smile. Yeah, I'm kind of fucking stupid. And she told me to pull over, finish up, and then she was going to escort me home, so I didn't run into a pole or anything.
Yeah, I guess if you get stopped here in Norway, just being above that 0.2 limit of alcohol, you lose your license.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
So I just not sure how it works with weed, but here weed is illegal here. So
interesting.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and I've had this debate with family and shit about weed.
Yeah.
Because the vast majority of it is against it. Of the people I've talked to.
Interesting.
And I ask why.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the argument you get that's, why they're against it?
One is it's narcotics. Okay. So that's an argument against it because of narcotics. Second, they know somebody that got psychosis and had to get put into like a mental institution.
Yes.
But and I'm like, okay, do you think coffee should be illegal? And I'm like, and they're like, no. Okay, because I can probably find somebody get a heart attack for drinking a cup of coffee.
True.
So
yep.
It's like, and I'm arguing for legalizing it, and I've never even tried it. So
no, 100%.
Well, I appreciate that, sir. You're one of the kind souls that wants weed to succeed, and you listen to actual factual knowledge that's out there. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Is there? What do you think it's going to take for some people to get that stigma changed? Because I didn't even know that pot could cause psychosis until you said that. I've never heard of anybody getting psychosis here in Canada from smoking.
That's probably because it's so fucking rare.
It's so rare.
It's just if you're prone to schizophrenia, you're kind of screwed.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's kind of you cannot make something as like weed illegal because a few people are prone to schizophrenia. To me, that doesn't make any sense. That is the same as making Red Bull illegal because somebody can get a heart attack off it. And then even alcohol, which is like the worst thing you can drink, and everybody says that is legal, like that is fine. And then I ask, like, why? It's like that's the problem. People just don't have arguments for their position, but they really want to be right, even though their subjective truth is not the objective one.
Yes.
It's super frustrating. But I guess it's also like where do you think you should draw the line on quote unquote drugs? Like, is that I'm kind of like weed is good. I think I also think like psilocybin should be illegal. But again, it should be. I'm like even steroids. I think should be illegal. I think if I want to be huge as fuck, I should be able to go somewhere. But I shouldn't be able to buy like so I could misuse it and ruin myself. But if I medically feel or I want to go on testosterone replacement therapy, I should be able to go to my doctor and say, hey, yo, I want to go on testosterone replacement therapy. And then I get it. Like in the States, you have these rejuvenate clinics and all kinds of shit. In Norway, that's impossible. You have to be so deficient in testosterone that is on the verge of dying. Then maybe you get something. And because I want a society with personal freedom. It's super weird that you should have a society where some grown-up people should tell what other grown-up people should and should not do. To me, that is just, it doesn't make any sense.
True. Yeah, that's fair.
No, and I share a lot of your feelings. I'm pretty much in the same boat as you. Like I think pot's fine. I think psilocybin mushrooms are fine. Like you said, steroids, if you want to get jacked and fucking huge, be my guest. Like none of that stuff really affects me. I'm not a big fan of like the idea of somebody driving coked out of their mind, but at the same time, I don't know the effects of it, that kind of stuff. So maybe if they were to do a more scientific kind of test or some kind of something I could figure out a little bit more where I stand on. But as far as it goes, I think everything should technically, in my humble opinion, be decriminalized. Because you essentially see over the board, from what I've seen anyway, is that the usage drops because it's almost like it's not a bad thing to do anymore. Some people will do something simply because it's not cool. They want to stand out and be bad. So as soon as you take the bad label off of it, there's a drop in usage. And then you can start to deal with the actual problems of the individuals that maybe need help, and then the other people that are addicts, and people maybe just really, really fucking like it. Like, I love pot. I don't need it, but I just love that shit.
But hasn't like the usage statistically in like California has increased since it's become legal? More people, like there are more smoking now. I think they touched on this on Joe Rogan podcast. That overall it has increased. Yeah. But
of course.
I don't feel like just because it increased isn't an argument against it.
No,
you have to find actually something that's bad for the society that this happens. And I mean, it might not be as innocent as everybody might think, but I feel like the default position is everything is legal, and then you figure out why you should make it illegal. How it is now is it seems like the default position is everything is illegal, and then we have to spend 20 years debating if it should be legal. And it's like pot it isn't heroin, so it's like
like you're saying, decriminalize everything, and then obviously if heroin has a rampant problem and there's all kinds of issues, we deal with the heroin problems. If there's all kinds of people with crystal meth issues and there's problems being caused by all that, then we deal with those issues, and we start to figure out what should and shouldn't be allowed. I think that's a lot more of a mature way of dealing with it than, like you said, we have everything that's like, no, you can't do this. And then you got to figure out 20 years, is this okay? Is that not okay? Yes, what do you know?
I want poop.
Cool. I'll come help you in a minute.
No, I just did.
Awesome. I'm so glad that you did that. Go watch your show. You jacked my Pokemon, you little bastard. I love kids. Fucking. Oh, gotta love when they're 4 and they come in and tell you that they took a shit while you're doing a podcast.
Right?
Just comes in and he's like, by the way, I took a shit. It's like, awesome. I'm so glad you can deal with that now, and I don't need to be a part of that process. This is so good. But I think definitely decriminalize things and deal with it in a more mature way, like you're saying. Like
totally.
Because I don't think there's a huge impact on society in a negative way with pot or mushrooms or even steroids. Like, there might be some negative, but I think we can definitely manage with those and the issues that come with them. Whereas like cocaine, heroin, crack, that kind of stuff could definitely cause some more serious problems.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the argument, how the argument should go is you weigh the positive against the negative, and the positive might not be like positive in the sense that, I mean, it's usually economical, it seems, how legalizing weed, the money goes to the right place, which is either the government or some local shop, not some dude in Mexico.
Totally.
And at the same time here is people who want these things, they will get it. And the dude who makes money off it is the gangs we have in Oslo.
Totally.
And like, if it's scientifically proven that taking steroids in the sense of a replacement therapy is smart for men above 40. Because it's very good for fighting heart and like cardiovascular diseases and shit like that. But it seems like to me like people make the argument that if you're going to take something like that, you're going to take as much as Ronnie Coleman did or whatever. Like, you got to be like a bodybuilder. That's not the case. It's just if you're deficient in something, you want to improve. I mean,
totally.
It's a matter of well-being, and weed is obviously humans have always been interested in altering their perception of reality. I guess this is why we take mushrooms or ayahuasca, DMT, all the shit. Although I never tried anything of this. At some point, I fucking really want to. I want to go out to Peru and some forest there and drink some tea with those local dudes there. Sounds fun.
Totally.
I would kill
And I
for
don't
a
want
bucket.
somebody to be able to say, you cannot do that. And then I go, why? Because it's drugs.
Yeah,
Totally.
Damn. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
man, I would tackle a midget for a bucket of DMT right now. I'd love to just see what that shit does. When I heard Joe Rogan talk about it, I was like, man, I want to see the river of knowledge. I want to see what the fuck's going on over in that different dimension. That shit would be cool. I
Totally.
ain't gonna try to control that ship. I'm just gonna float in the air and see what happens.
It sounds. I saw like it always pops up in my recommended on YouTube, like these Joe Rogan clips, just like 10, 15 minutes
Totally.
of him that's pulled out of a full podcast. And it's all like Joe Rogan and some other dude compares DMT experiences. And it sounds like something almost every person should do, just to see you open up your cognitive, abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's great. I saw also like even was a video on YouTube that was, I tried microdosing LSD for a week. This is what happened. Like, and he goes through like how it increases his creativity, and apparently he says if you microdose LSD with lion's mane, which is actually illegal, your brain will produce more brain cells or something.
Really?
Which sounds like
magic.
Which sounds kind of intriguing.
Yeah, it sounds down here like magic. Fucking yeah, man, that's cool. I think they need to be a little bit more open about things like mushrooms and DMT, and maybe see what we can do with those, because they seem like they have a very interesting side effect that I don't know if people are scared of it or if they're scared of what it could do, but I think maybe people will start floating again if we start giving everybody DMT. Give us a couple generations, people might be coming out of the womb just fucking.
Yeah, imagine if we could just
out like Magneto.
Just fly like planes over big cities and like just pour it down over the entire population, see what happens.
That's right. Start filling up the clouds with DMT. Have it rain.
Like the chemtrails, like all the conspiracy theory people are afraid of. Just do it with DMT instead. That'd be funny as hell.
Yeah, it'd be a quick way to test the effects of it on a mass population.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
that's the best like science, the best science experiment of all times.
Totally.
Or you could just be that one dude that has access to the city water, and you just have like 3 or 4 buckets of DMT, and you're like, hope this isn't too diluted for everybody.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, your kid's sitting there, and he's just like, Mom, I'm just gonna get a glass of water. Holy shit, like, Mom, I can see everything that ever existed.
I guess it would be the perfect way for you to get your elephant. You can just take some DMT and you'll probably see it in the living room.
There we go.
Totally.
Real. You're just in my imagination.
Apparently they say that the imagination, it's so profound, it is real. It's just not real, but it is real in your head. Kind of.
Yeah. It's crazy.
So that sounds awesome as shit.
Mm-hmm. I watched a movie years ago about somebody that was dreaming, and they said that they were able to like turn their dreams into more of a reality than their actual reality was.
Yeah.
So it turned out that when they woke up, that was like their break from their dreamland. So being awake was like, oh fuck, I gotta be awake for 8 hours until I can go back. And the next thing he goes back to what he would call his real life all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean that's
dream world over.
You can apparently teach yourself to do that, the lucid dreaming.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, because that's the thing is I've never been able to control my dreams, which is so damn annoying. Because I mean, I was this close with getting with Rihanna, and then I woke up. So I was like,
damn,
nice.
I was like, it's annoying. It's dreams are weird as hell, and I dream every night. I take if you take it apparently doesn't work with everybody, but if you take magnesium before you go to bed, it might give you more profound dreams.
Interesting.
That's interesting because I have not dreamed in years. I don't remember the last time I had a dream. The last time I dreamed was probably when I was like 14 or 15, and one of my ex-girlfriends broke up with me, and I was super butthurt. And I was just like, yeah, man, I don't know what it is. I haven't dreamed since that time. It's been
Oh, shit.
it could be due to the heavy pot smoking, but I heard that was supposed to make you dream more
Oh,
crazy and
shit.
shit.
Huh. That is super weird.
Yeah, no, it is very weird. It's definitely not something that I do often. So it would be interesting to figure out, like, can you learn to dream and can you control them? And if you can control them, like, maybe it does become more of a reality than reality.
Oh, number 7 there, induced sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
I think that is. Have you ever had that?
No, never have.
Dude, it is so fucked up. I
Yeah,
had
I've
that
heard
once. First time. It apparently can happen easily in midday. I went to sleep in midday, and then you feel awake, but you feel like you're getting held down by like ghosts or something.
Yeah.
You cannot see
Oh,
them,
what?
and you feel like as I was in the bed, I was like this, like just held down, and I could see like clearly around in my room.
Damn.
And then, I couldn't, like, I tried to scream, but I was muted. I couldn't like make voices.
Oh.
And then I felt like I was getting like raised above the bed, and then like dropped, and then boom in the bed, and then I woke up.
And what made you feel like this?
Huh?
And what made you have this effect?
I have no idea. It's because you fall asleep, but the body thinks you're awake. So you can try this if you put your alarm clock on the middle of the night, and you just lay in the bed and do everything you can to stay awake. Just fight it as much as you can. Just do not try to fall asleep, even though you're tired as fuck. And it might happen, where you fall asleep, but shit like that. It's so fucked.
Damn.
Whoa.
It just, for me, that fucking bitch on top there was invisible, which I'm kind of glad she is.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
sure.
it feels like that. It's probably happened to me like 4 or 5 times in my life.
Damn.
And it was one of the most weirdest times was when I lived in Florida. I had a roommate, and I had like, it was a big apartment. I lived in a room here, and she lived in a room here. And I had this dream thing in the middle of the day, and I tried to scream like her name, but I couldn't. But I just come in and wake me up, and I felt like I could. I managed to stand up in front of the bed, and I just tried to like walk towards the door of my bedroom and open it up to like scream. And eventually I just woke up in my bed. So I hadn't actually walked or anything. I just lay there. But so it feels like you're awake, but you're sleeping. It's the most creepy shit ever.
Yeah, no kidding. Damn.
It's fucked up.
I'm going to message you as soon as I master this.
Hey, you got to try.
I'm going to wake up at 3:30 in the morning tonight, and I'm just going to sit there and be like, don't go to sleep, motherfucker. And I'm just going to see what happens. And if this shit
just gonna
happens,
lay there and
I'm
fight
sending
it
you a
all.
message at 4 o'clock in the morning when I wake up from this thing. Holy fuck, bro, it's real.
Yeah. That's crazy shit.
Yeah, man. There's some things in this world that we don't understand.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy that in 2020 that we're still figuring out a whole bunch of stuff, and there's things we still don't understand, and the world is always filled with mystery no matter how much time we spend here. I think that's one of the things I love about life, is that it's just, there's always something crazy going on, even if you can't explain it.
It is very fascinating for sure. Only thing that's kind of a bummer is like when you read in the newspaper and you go like, NASA just found some new creature under the ice of the North Pole, and then you look at the video and it's like something like this. It just swims around in the water, and I'm like, dude, I came here for like aliens and shit, not like little things like floating around.
Totally.
I felt the same way years ago when they announced on Mars. They were like, yeah, we found a life form. And I was like, oh, fuck, like, does it have 3 arms? Does it have a giant dick? Like, what does this thing look like? And next thing you know, it turned out to be like a molecule of something that happens to be very similar to humans, but instead of having like oxygen, they replaced it with arsenic, and it was alive, and it's like a bacteria. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'm like, that would have been way cooler if it was like I could talk to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Way excited about that.
It was like Neil deGrasse Tyson has a interesting thing about aliens. Like, if they actually came here, how we
Yeah.
think how should we be able to communicate with them? Considering we are, aren't we like 98%, like our DNA is like 98% similar to a chimpanzee, but it's not like we can sit here and have a conversation with them. So what if an alien is 2 points, like those few percentage that differ, like doesn't make them 100% similar to us? What if an alien is those 2% further, and we will be sitting here just like a drooling dude in like Stephen Hawking? we couldn't have any chance to communicate with them at all. So
Yeah, it's funny. They probably talk with like their brains in a way that we don't even understand. They like feel what they're thinking in a weird way.
Like in the movie The Arrival.
Yeah.
Like all this weird shit on the glass thing.
Yeah,
totally. It might be that, but
I think that I like to share Joe Rogan's thought that aliens come down and they just watch us on the planet and they just go, look at these fucking things. Look at what they're doing. And they just laugh at us. They're just drunk flying around in their spaceship. That's what I like to do down here, just laughing at us, having a good time. It's fun to watch, man. You watch all over the planet. Like the States is probably like a reality TV show right now with everything going on over there. And then you got, what's going on with China and Hong Kong. And then being like, oh, we'll take that. It's just like...
Totally.
Aliens are probably having a great time. That's okay, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Could you have it?
No, I'm okay. You can go drink your chocolate milk, though. Okay.
Right there.
All right. Thank you for covering all my alcohol.
Water in there?
No, there's just ice in there. You go watch Teen Titans, mister. I'll be out in a few. Love you, Tim.
Teen Titans.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know I'm crazy, and you're a turkey. Get.
No, I'm crazy.
Yeah, thanks. Apparently, I'm crazy, according to my child.
I think I'd have to agree with them on that.
Yeah, well, you personally watched my kid beat the fuck out of me on the podcast. So,
Yep.
I mean, you know what kind of craziness that child's capable of. Man, like, he's the sweetest kid in the world, but I already know that, like, when he's a teenager, I don't know, there's going to be some kind of there's going to be some kind of miscommunication. I'll give him some advice or something. He's going to punch me. I know he's going to punch me. He's going to be way bigger than me. He's going to be so much stronger than me. I'm going to be terrified. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, I think, having kids is fun, man. It's not something I planned. It's not something I was looking for, but it's not something I would ever take back in the entire world. Is that something that you want to do one day? Have a couple little ones?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Just it's just like a thought. Right now it's not like a plan. So
totally.
But yeah, for sure.
At least it's a thought. See, I didn't even have the thought. It just all of a sudden came to me like, you got to do this in 9 months. And I'm like, interesting. But yeah, no. I know some people, they like just having dogs. There's a guy down the road from me. I'm like, hey, man, I always see you with your dog, and like you've been in your house to help you like fix up your cabinets and stuff. Like I don't see any pictures of like kids or a wife. Like he's like, yeah, no, I don't believe in personal relationships. I believe in dogs. And that's all I believe in. Just having dogs as friends.
I guess you have some of those. So.
Yeah, I guess so. So I don't know. It is a little bit different. But besides your photo shoot going on tomorrow, do you have any fun, exciting projects coming up in the next little while that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I had that trip. Then in August, I've been this girl from the city I was actually born in, or I grew up in, rather, found me on TikTok, and she had made a Viking song. So she wanted me in her music video.
Oh, cool.
So and then I asked if Thor could join. So now me and Thor and a bunch of other people are going to be in that music video. That's probably going to be shot in August.
Cool.
And in 4th of September, me and my girlfriend and Fenris is heading up north to a place. We're taking the ferry up to a place called Åndalsnes, and then we're traveling to the Troll Wall. If you know what the Troll Wall is.
feel like I've
Yep.
heard the name.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I know it is.
insane. It's probably what is it? The tallest cliff mountain wall of Europe, or I
Yeah,
don't know
something.
what it is.
It does have a magnificent title to its stature. It definitely has something.
Yeah.
It's a
So
crazy
there's this spot I really want. We went there. You misspelled it. It's not. It's troll as in
Oh, it is.
troll.
Oh, okay.
The troll wall. There it is.
There we go.
Yeah.
Come on, Jordan's computer, don't explode now.
Yeah. So that's the troll wall. What you see there, it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you can actually hike it and get on top of it. We did that in 2018. It's a long hike, but I want that if you see now like towards the wall, I
Yeah.
want that. So there's a spot like a short hike you can walk. So you have that in the background. So I want to take some epic shots. Around
Totally.
there.
Yep.
And I just actually ordered a Viking costume, which is gonna be so badass. It's the Viking costume Thor has on.
Yeah.
This Viking. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an authentic Ivor the Boneless costume.
Oh, cool.
Which is it's a Russian dude who makes them.
Oh, cool.
So I just ordered an authentic Ragnar Lothbrok costume for season 2.
Nice.
So yeah, the costume Ragnar Lothbrok has in season 2. Hopefully
cool.
I will get that in a month or 5 weeks or something.
Nice.
So that's gonna be badass as fuck.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
Yeah, because I'm so sick of having that like badass Viking costume, and I look like a fucking one Viking who's just a potato. I don't know, a farmer or something. One other cool thing, I think that shot there is from a production me and Thor did with it's called, I guess, if you the food channel. It's
cool.
It's called Matkanalen in Norwegian.
Okay.
So they have they have a food, and the guy who contacted I was in contact with, he made 2 episodes for him. So it's mainly how they made food back in the days. But he wanted like some epic Viking like little battle scene with some cool shit. So me and Thor it starts with us running towards each other like this, and then it cuts, and then it goes over to like all the food making, all this stuff, and so I just really hope they can release that soon, because it's going to be exciting to see that, and that's actually going to be on television. So
cool.
Yeah, so that's going to be cool.
Cool, man.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. Say you and Thor are definitely one of my favorite pairings I've ever seen. You and Thor together are probably one of my favorite pairings that have ever been put together. There's nothing you 2 gentlemen can't do right. Everything you guys do is fantastic. I'm like, I wish I had another brother like that who would come fucking running with me with swords and shit through the forest and choking out another Viking because he jacked my beard oil and shit.
I feel like that's the one thing that's fun with this is like the one thing that's appealing with acting in general is you kind of have an excuse to pretend that you be someone you're not.
Totally.
Because we wouldn't run around doing this shit. Like,
totally.
Hey, you want to meet up Wednesday in 2 weeks to run around in the forest and play Viking? I mean, that's never gonna happen.
Fair.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Oh shit!
That's really
cool. I do know you have to get up early in the morning because you got a photo shoot and stuff to go do. So I don't want to keep you too much longer because I know that you got stuff to go do. Is there anything that you want to talk about or mention before we let you go? It's been a pleasure having you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, it's been fun. I just want to say the Illuminati is real and aliens is among us.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, my man. It's a lot of fun getting to know you on a personal level and getting to chat with you. I've been a fan of yours for years, so it's a lot of fun getting to know you, and I appreciate just getting a few minutes to chat.
It's been fun as shit. Like this podcast shit it's more fun to talk to people than doing lives and just
totally.
I don't know, because it's like you sit there and then you see some questions there and then you answer them. You feel like you're just there alone.
Yeah,
It
totally.
doesn't, you don't get a conversation flow of it all. But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
plus, it's always cool to meet new people, get new interpretations of reality.
Totally.
Sure.
Oh, but yeah, I know this has been a lot of fun, and
Mhm.
if you ever want to come back on, we'd love to have you back on again. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, for
getting
sure.
hanging with you,
Mhm.
man. So
Yeah,
thank
we
you so
definitely
much.
should.
Totally.
Yeah, of course. I'd love to get you and Thor on together at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be dope. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Mhm.
man. So
Cool.
thank you so much, Pilot Viking. Espen, thank you so much,
Thank
my
you
friend.
guys.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Peace.
Peace.